What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Young Phillip, and I'm back with another video for y'all today. And before we get started with today's video, make sure y'all click the like button down below, give it thumbs up, make sure y'all click that subscribe button, click the bell so y'all can be notified and don't miss any of my videos. Today's video is going to be another episode review for Chappelle Show Season 2, but this time it's episode 7. So without further ado, let's begin. We start off with episode 7 of Season 2, Chappelle Show, with another moment in the life of Lil Jon. He goes to the doctor's. His arm is hurting. And he's like, the doctor's like, do you have any proof of insurance? He's like, what? And then he's like, yeah. And he's like, have you tried any drugs? He's like, no. He's like, that depends, doctor. And then when he mentioned marijuana, he's like, yeah. And then we get started off with the show. And we start off with the marijuana commercial where you have the two guys from Half Baked that was in the movie with Dave Chappelle. They were in there. They was at some little drive-through spot talking about some cheddar burger this, cheddar burger that, and then they had accidentally hit a girl that was riding on the bike. And the girl walks like she a goddamn zombie and shit. That was the funny part. And then we have Paul Mooney on movies. They talked about Gone with the Wind. And Paul Mooney was like, I don't know what, you must be on crack. We must not watch the same movie. He's like, I thought Scarlett was a hoe because she slept with everybody, and I love Mammy. They said Hollywood's crazy. Hattie McDaniel couldn't even go to the opening, but everybody comes back to get their money. She came back as Oprah Winfrey, and she got her money. And then they talked about Barbershop, and they talked about how they made a sequel. He's like, you know, it's just a front. They sell drugs out of barbershops. And then there was the talk about The Last Samurai, and Paul Mooney was like, no, just another movie I was offended by. Like Tom Cruise, he's The Last Samurai. Like, Hollywood is crazy. First they had the Mexican with Brad Pitt. Now they got Tom Cruise in The Last Samurai. I hope they'll produce my film. And I called it The Last Nigga on Earth, starring Tom Hanks. And then Dave Chappelle decided to do a sketch of like the World Series of Dice, where they have Dave's character, Leonard Washington, and then there's Eddie Griffin as Grits and Gravy. And then they brought back that guy, Fuck You. And then there's Ashley Larry. On the first row, Ashley Larry lost. He had took money out of his girl purse, and she's like, Larry, what the fuck are you doing? And that better not be the money out my goddamn purse. Get your shit and get the fuck out of my house. Get the fuck out. And then Grits and Gravy had rolled at least 77s at a casino in Las Vegas. Spent most of the money on his mother, and then used the rest of that other money for PCP. He rolled a bunch of 7s until he ended up losing 1. And then some guy named Rodney Quill Durkins come through and robbed the game. And Leonard Washington was like, look here, man, you better watch your tongue with me, man. I ain't getting butt naked for nobody. You want this role? You going to shoot me for it. And bro was like, okay, and shot him in the leg and took the money that he had. He's like, God damn. And Ashley Larry came back. So I was like, where the dice? He's like, yo, give me this. And go upstairs and put on some lotion. And put on some clothes, son. And he's like, my girl told me to just empty out the trash. And he even had to rob the commentators too. And last but not least, we have another When Keeping It Real Goes Wrong. Dave Chappelle, right before the sketch starts, he's like, we got to pick our spots. Reality is hidden for a reason, and we're finna show you why. You're watching When Keeping It Real Goes Wrong. Dave plays as a character named Vernon who worked 6 days out of the week at this big corporation job where they work at cubicles and whatnot. And he makes a lot of money. Everything was going real smooth until the guy that mentored Vernon made an awkward comment that made him feel like Uncle Tom. And then he could have ignored what his mentor had said, but he chose to keep it real. And he was like, "Get your motherfucking hand on my face, Frank." He said, "Get your hand on my face. Just shake my hand like a man." All this side job, like, that's bullshit. I used to beat up motherfuckers like you just for walking in my way. He's like, "Sit down, bitch. Wu-Tang." Because of him keeping it real, he lost his job, and now he's working at a gas station, cleaning people's windows. And he's like, $1? What I'm gonna do with $1? I got kids. Now that's real. And he even stinks of gasoline when he's not there. And Vernon pretty much learned the definition of when keeping it real goes wrong. From having a good paying job to now he's wiping windows of people's cars at a gas station. And he only receives $1 and still smells like gasoline when he's not there. And then, to end off this episode, we get a live performance from 2 rappers from Chicago. One is Common, and of course, the infamous Kanye West. They performed a song called The Food, and that sums up the episode. Let me know your favorite part or favorite sketch in this episode in the comment section down below. I'd like to say thank y'all for tuning into today's video. Make sure y'all click the like button down below. Give it a thumbs up. Make sure y'all click that subscribe button. Click the bell so y'all can be notified and don't miss any of my videos. Don't forget to add me on social media, YoungPhilip_00. That's Instagram, Snapchat, Ron361005, and TikTok at YoungPhilip00. With that being said, I'm